And it is October 31st, 2021. This is the video log. It takes 30,000 to a million. It's been a really long time since I posted. It's been about a month. So last time I did, the audio didn't work for some reason. I think the microphone wasn't activated or something like that. And I lost the entire clip. I even posted it not realizing that the audio wasn't working. And it was about a 25-minute video, and I just didn't have enough time to redo it. So I apologize for those who actually checked out the video and nothing happened. It's the reality. Like when I'm in a rush and it just doesn't work out. So it's been, because of that, it's been about a month, I think, that I haven't posted, and it's been a really long time. I have to try to update what's going on with the account, and I will do that right now. And then I just briefly want to mention after that, I want to talk about how difficult it has been, the journey, and how realistic or unrealistic goals are and how the strategy is working out. And I just want to just comment on my methodology and my resolve and my plans, and how I think, based on expectations, this journey has worked out and is working out, and how it will continue from now on. So if you want to just stay for that discussion, just skip ahead to where you see my face full blown like this on the camera, and then there'll be an off the cuff discussion. I have no notes today or anything. So, all right, let's go into the account. This is the account here. I'm sitting at 184, which is quite a bit higher than I was last time. And in fact, if you see on Friday, I had a $3,600 or more drop in the account. So this account was actually in the 190s at one point. That represents quite a big of an increase. I'm going to quickly show you here. This is the week performance, which is negative $5,000. The month performance, which is positive 15%. All right, that's $24,000, including that $5,000 decrease. This is mainly due to eBix rebounding. I don't know. I haven't even checked the news as to how the IPO of eBix Cash is going to go next year, or whether it's happening or not. I'm going to update myself on that, but I don't have the feed. And I have been really busy with personal stuff in the last month. So I hope you all understand if you're anxiously waiting to see this update. I doubt any of you are, but if you aren't, apologize. I'll try to do it more frequently. I'm starting to do it once every Sunday now, since I've been really busy for some reason. It's not like last year when everybody had a bunch of free time, including myself. So, all right. So 1 month here, $24,000 or 15%. 3 month performance is 10% or 11%, almost $18,000. So I bounced from 152 all the way into the 90s, 191, which is a $40,000 swing within a month. It's very significant. It's a very significant swing. I was quite levered. This is the year performance plus 56%, which is very good. I'm hoping that I beat my last year this year, which would be very tough to do, considering I ended last year December 31st at 150,000. So now I'm only $34,000 higher. Only $34,000 higher than I ended the previous year, which means that if I don't get any additional gains, I will not be beating previous year. Previous year was like 44 or 48 or something like that, $1,000 gain. But I'll still be happy with this type of gain if my gains actually persist. I'll be very happy about it. So, quickly through the positions, these are the options here. This is the ticker, the strike price, whether it's a call or buy, the expiration date, number of contracts, and whether it's a seller or a buy, not a call or put, not a call or buy, call or put, and then the number of contracts, and then whether it's a sell or a buy, the option itself. I'll quickly scroll through them. You can pause the video at any moment to try to figure out the exact positions, and all the details that are in my holdings that are relevant are listed right here, including the daily change on the right. You'll see the percentage and the dollar amount change. So feel free to pause at any moment if you want to take a better look. Here are my stocks. I've got only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 now, including and SBRA is about to be out of the account. I've sold a really low call for it, and it'll probably get booted out as soon as that call hits. So I'll probably only have 6 positions, except I have sold some puts on VIPS, VIP shops, and I might be purchasing that by default, expanding my account again to 7 positions. I've been trying to actually weed out all of the extra positions that are not my core positions because for a few reasons. One, I want to have room for, well, actually, I should talk about that later. Now you can just feel free to browse through. This is the daily change in percentage and amount on the right. And that's it. Let me go to the account tab here real quick. So I've reduced my margin. It was up in the 60s. Now I have only 35, almost $36,000 in margin, which represents about 16.33% of the account. Total money under management here is 200,020. If you want to see this tab here, my positions based arranged from total return. Apple's number 1, Realty Income, JD, EBIX, and then on equity, Apple's number 1, EBIX, JD are my 3 largest positions, beating out the rest by quite a bit of a margin. Actually, EBIX and Apple are beating out the rest. I've got 74,000, 52,000, 31,000, 18, so it kind of drops off pretty steep. You can see on this graph how big these positions are now compared to the overall account. The account used to be full of these little tiny positions, and I just couldn't keep track of them all, and it got too expensive time-wise to keep track of them. So maybe I should talk about that in full screen a little bit now that you've seen the account. So the reason again why I chose to narrow my positions to 7 is because it got too expensive time-wise to repeat my words, meaning it would take too much time in research and trying to keep up with the news. And you can even see I'm behind on what's going on EBIX. There's just too much stuff to keep track of when I have, other stuff going on in my life. Like, I can't do it. If this was a full-time job, then I could afford to do more positions, and I could spend more time per day studying all of them and rechecking whether it's the valuation's good, relative to what's going on out in the market and relative to sentiment, whether I'd be able to track what the cash flow is out there and what I think the passive inflows are into the markets, and I'd be able to judge better each position and its relative amount and importance in the account. But unfortunately, that's the situation. Now, overall, what I was trying to say last time, and I spent like 20 minutes talking about it, and I wish actually that video, the audio worked, because it was a very important video for me. I kind of laid out some really earnest and honest thoughts about the journey of taking some money to $1 million and how difficult that is. And taking a bunch of risks and managing that risk, and how much like competence and or luck is required to get to $1 million. And I know it's easy for some. Obviously, some people just had good education or for whatever reason, maybe their parents subsidized their college, maybe they went to Harvard or something like that, or they got some kind of great scholarship because they're geniuses, or got a great scholarship because they're lucky, or got a great scholarship because they're just the hardest working individual in the world, and they were able to go to a fine school and score a fantastically paying job right off the get-go. Or maybe they just have that personality, right? They have these people skills that get good connections, and they land some nice job, or for some reason they're gifted entrepreneurs that are very motivated, that understand business. They have a good sense for how people work and what they want. They're able to provide value, and they're able to arrange things in such a way to be very profitable, or perhaps they have some extraordinary skill. Maybe they're a supremely gifted athlete and again worked very hard, or whatever it is. But I'm none of those things, right? I tried being the extremely gifted athlete, and that didn't work out very well. Well, it helped me with my current job, but it's not like it brought me the millions and whatever else comes with being an extremely world class stage athlete. So for me, especially, it's been really hard. I mean, it's a lot of savings, a lot of actual work like a normal person would, coming out there and putting in the hours, and also a lot of losses on the markets. It's it's taken me, I had some ups and downs. I wasn't before I started video making these videos here for Robinhood and keeping track of my account of this Robinhood account. Um, I went through a lot of like trials and tribulations in the markets. I've lost a ton of money, hard earned money, and made tons of mistakes. And I researched and tried to find out why I made these mistakes. What am I missing out of the markets? What am I not understanding? So I kept learning and learning and learning, and I'm still in danger of having another lesson, right? Like if I mess up the timing on something, or if I decide to leverage a little too hard, my account could go boom, and I might be being in the same spot, thinking like, where did this money go, and what kind of big mistake did I make? How did I mismanage this risk, right? Um, so my only point was that it's very difficult, and it seems like it's very easy for some people, but it's really turning out to be very much an enormous like lifelong commitment. Um, I mean, I'm almost at 30, 20, 200,000, right? Almost there. I'll be very happy when this account hits that number, which would mean that I'm 1/5 of the way there. Um, and that's very significant. But still, 1/5, and I would have to, double the account from there just to get to 400,000, and I won't be even halfway. So I just want to put that in perspective. I mean, I'm very optimistic still. Like, I believe in my, ability to do it. I think it's definitely realistic and possible. I don't know about that time frame though. At first, when I started, I was so confident that it would get done in a few years. But now, my more realistic plan was 4 years. But with the mistakes that I'm getting, and the also taking gambles here and there, I was trying to be honest with the last time I made a video, which the audio conveniently got deleted. Um, made some mistakes. I'm having a little too much fun on the way, and just like everybody else, I struggle with discipline as well. But I am trying to be disciplined. It's just that I'm failing from time to time and trying to pick myself back up and be diligent and do enough homework before making a decision and not being impulsive. So it's something that all investors, I think, and traders struggle with, and I'm no different. So I was just kind of putting that out there, and it's definitely, even though my account is at a high point, relatively speaking, I'm only down, like $7,000 off the highs. Um, it feels like it's a slow progress, although objectively I'm making good progress. So I don't know how you guys feel about your accounts, but if you have some thoughts on that, and if you struggle with, discipline of yourself, or with your methodology or anything like that, let me know. Like, what kind of issues? What do you think your biggest issue is? I'm still trying. I have a few weaknesses. I don't know which one's my biggest weakness, and I'm open about them. Um, anyway, I just wanted to share those thoughts and definitely give an update about the account, because it's been so long, and I kind of made a commitment to update regularly, and I want to hold that commitment. It's just becoming very hard, and I'm trying to do it at least once a week. And apparently last week, because of audio problems and me rushing and not really checking if the audio is recording, I failed on that commitment as well. So I'm trying to really correct my mistakes there. All right, I think I'm gonna end it right there. So let me know if you have any thoughts. I'll make another update next Sunday. All right, peace out.